Nothing is better for us gamers than when there's competition between the two companies, or three companies really. Nintendo kind of does their own thing, and they continue to do that, and they'll continue to be successful because they put out a product that, you know, fans have liked for decades. When it comes to Sony and Microsoft, however, things are a little bit more up in the air, as, you know, there's been some turnover up at Sony, there's some changing times, and, you know, they seems like they might be going about things a little bit differently than they have in the past. On Microsoft's side, they started changing things, you know, a year or two into this generation, and sort of gave up before kind of retooling, and now they're coming out with something where they had a lot of momentum. You know, they had a lot of momentum going into next generation, and I was even one to say, hey, you know what, they do have a lot of momentum. It doesn't mean anything if you can't have the games to kind of push the momentum, but hey, they do have some momentum. They ruined that a bit with that lackluster reveal of the quote-unquote Xbox Series X first gameplay, where they didn't really show anything, and it was like AA games and stuff like that. So that was a bit of a problem, and more kind of instances where Microsoft is a bit out of touch with what their fans want. But with that being said, Sony has fired back at Microsoft, and this is pretty big news. Hey, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel, and it means a lot to me personally. You know, if you really want to help, you can consider becoming a member, or at the very least hit the bell so you're notified of all the content when it does drop. So obviously over the last few months, Microsoft is trying to make a huge comeback. They've been, you know, quote unquote, Phil's new buzzword, transparent with the Xbox Series X. Of course, again, I mentioned the blunder earlier. They're trying to get ahead of the PlayStation, sort of like they did with the Xbox 360 over the PS3, but I think, you know, the fact that they're not launching a year ahead of time is going to hamper them, and the fact that people don't really trust them with their software is another thing that's going to hamper them. So there's a lot of people that obviously think that Sony is losing ground to Microsoft, but you know what? It's one of those things where it makes no sense to think that way. The PS4 continues to be dominant, you know. It continues to absolutely crush everything in its path. Sony's current gen system still has The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and other games coming out. But what does Sony actually think about Microsoft's quote-unquote aggressive Xbox Series X strategy and marketing? Well, apparently they don't think anything of it. During the company's latest financial call, as reported, and I can link this so you can check it out, Chief Financial Officer Hiroki Totoki was asked, some say PS5 promotion is falling behind Xbox. Would you give passing score to what PS team has done? And he replied, we consider things strategically, but doing our best. As for pass or fail, I would wait for PS5 sales to make that judgment. In other words, Sony isn't really interested in clashing with Xbox in terms of marketing. The proof will be in the pudding. Obviously, Sony's going to start coming out with stuff soon. You know, they're saying, hey, the sales are going to speak for itself, and I love that sort of attitude going into next generation because they've so utterly dominated this generation. It's going to be interesting to see what they do next generation, because Microsoft, let's be real, despite the fact that they still have a few of these hardcore fans, they literally gave up. They literally gave up a year and a half into the generation, and that's just utterly ridiculous to me that they even have any fans left, especially like even me. I stuck around for a long time, and I'm still hoping that they do something drastic and something amazing. Let me know what you guys think, though. Do you like that kind of aggressiveness from Sony right back at Microsoft's face? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.